And this lake here is actually a meteorite crater. You can see how it's a perfect circle just about, and there's actually quite a few of these in this general area. Most of them are on private property. Old mate that owns the place is actually going to be setting it up as a bit of a hip camp type thing, so anyone could come here in the future. He hasn't got it set up yet, but when he does, I'll give you a link so you can all come here. I've brought 5 traps with me, a couple of lines. There is a caretaker here, and he's told me there's some big fish in here, which would be carp, and there'd be plenty of spangled perch. I'm not really after spangled perch today. We're just going to be going after yabbies. We've got Director Steve up here. This is the caretaker Steve. I've got the traps ready to go. We're just going to be using bullock liver as usual. We'll get the second one out here, and I'll try and get it out a little bit, because it's, as you see, it's only up to my knees here. But as we all know, it doesn't have to be very deep. We've caught plenty of yabbies that the water's just over top of the trap, and I nearly reckon they'll be up on the edges here, feeding in the weed anyway. I've come out on the kayak. I've brought Josie with me, master trap setter. She seems to have all the luck. I didn't bring any floats for my traps, which I probably should have done. I don't think we'll go too far today. The inlet's over there. I probably would like to go over there, but I'll probably come back by myself to do that, because I've got all the kids and stuff here, so I don't want to go too far. Really just want to test the place. What I've brung with me is some long springers. And I'll just push them into the ground where they're going to be reasonably tight. They've only got to hold the rope. And I'll just throw the trap as far as I can. So we're a fair distance off the bank here, probably 10 meters, I guess. And the lucky last trap, I've come down the other side of the camp. This trap that we set on land was probably a fair way back that way. We'll put this one out pretty deep. I've walked out this far and thrown it out there, so it's probably a good 20 meters in. We've got the 5 traps in, and that'll give us a good idea if they're biting here or not. We only really want a few today. If we get some loaded traps, all the better. I've thrown a line out here just at camp while we're waiting for these traps to have a bit of a soak for a while. Got something on here already. Check the rod out. Feels like a good one. And I only threw it in close because I reckon all the yabbies are going to be coming up here. Have a look in this weed. They come up in here eating all this dead grass and weed and stuff. So we'll get him in. See if I can't miss it again. You know how good I am at missing them. And I'll just go very quietly because I reckon I'll spook him pretty easy because it's fairly shallow. We'll get the net down deep. I've got the long handled net so I don't have to get too close to him.
Oh.
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 I think he was under a stick or something and he's just let go. We'll give him a minute to grab it again. Back on there. Oh yeah, he's a good one too.
Oh, that's massive.
There you go. Straight up. And he's a nice clean one too. Check that out. Well, that's a good start. And he's hungry. He's not letting go. I do have a little hook on there just in case a spangled perch comes along. But I'd rather get half a dozen of these off the line.
I just stood on an ant.
This is kayak and Josie style. Look at her go. She's like an outboard motor. Go, Jose. Go. It's been nearly an hour. Probably not quite. I reckon we're going to have an impatient check of these 2 traps near camp that I've just set off the bank and see how we go. We've got to take the other 2 girls to town, so depending on how we go, is depending on what we'll do. And I'll walk out here to it, try and pull it straight up.
Fish.
One little fish.
Bait fish.
We've got one little fish here. It's not actually a spangled perch. Pretty sure it's what they call a bony brim. They're probably the best bait that you'll get
Wait,
for cod.
can I see?
They almost look like a herring.
Can we keep it, please?
Can we make sushi out of it?
They look like a herring.
Can we keep it, please, Dad?
No, we're not going to keep him. We'll let him go. Oh, we've got one out of there.
Oh, there's one.
We've got a mixed bag. We've got another forky tail. We've got a yabby and a big shrimp.
Take the shrimp.
And it's another one of those little forky tail, what they call bony brim, which you don't often see around these areas.
It doesn't have a spiky thing on it.
We'll get him straight back.
Cool.
I'll just leave the shrimp in there. We haven't got loads of them. And only being one yabby, I think we'll leave them other traps, give them another hour or 2. We'll get these girls to town, we'll come back. Oh, this is the life. We've just dropped the kids off in town. We've come back out. I'll give you a look what I'm doing. I'm kicking back in the kayak with my little electric motor up the front here doing all the work. We're going to go and check these traps. They've probably been about 2 hours now. There's one right in front of us, Eileen. She's just been taking us in circles.
I
I'm
can't
going
see
to
it.
teach her how to bloody row. Head over this way.
See, I can't see what
It's
I'm
over there in the
looking
water,
for.
look.
Oh yeah, now I see it.
But we'll take it up on the bank and we'll walk out to it. And these ones that are out pretty deep, hopefully have done all right. Oh yeah, there's a few in there. Oh yeah, 4, which isn't too bad. And there's a bloody monster in there. Geez, he's got a big tail on him. I'll put the couple that we've already got in the esky, so we're not carting them around. I'll tip these ones in here and check them for eggs.
No.
No eggs.
That's a massive one.
Yeah, that one there's a nice one. We're rolling into the second trap. It's just out here. We'll pull into the bank. I'll get out and check it. It's easier to walk out there than try and do it in the kayak. What have we got? 6. And we need at least another 4. Considering we've still got 4 traps left to check, we should do that easy enough. Oh yes, there's a few more in here. Well, that trap actually done all right. We got 5 big, juicy looking ones. Check them out. Check these fellas out. They're actually 5 nice ones. A little bit slimy, but I bet you they're full of meat. I'll tell you what, the temperature of this water is absolutely perfect. It's not warm and it's not cold. Coming up on our 3rd trap, and this is the one we put down the other end of the camp. Oh yeah, there's at least 1 in there. Oh, 3, but they're 3 nice ones. We haven't got a small one yet. They're all well and truly eating size. We've got our dozen. There's no monsters in amongst this lot, but they're fairly a good average eating size yabby all the same. And they've all been checked for eggs. They're not too bad, these pyramid traps, because you can just look from underneath. So we've got our dozen. That's definitely enough for a cook up, but we've still got a couple of traps yet. This is the first one near the camp. This is the one we actually didn't get anything out of last time, so
You got a fish.
been a little bit longer. So this time, nothing again. I reckon it was too shallow. Oh my God, we hit the jackpot of the forky tail. Look at that. And I haven't seen these forky tail around here for years. You very rarely get them anymore. But this place is obviously loaded with them. They are really good bait. So we only end up with a dozen, or 14 actually, because we've got a dozen in the bucket and we put 2 in the esky that we got earlier. And I reckon that's enough for us to have a feed. I'm gonna cook a few up and hopefully we can get Steve, the caretaker, to have a taste test for us. We'll hassle him to come on camera. We started cooking our yabbies. I'm gonna run through it a little bit today because I haven't done it for a while. It's just gonna be sort of the same as usual, but I'd normally skip a lot of steps, so I'll run through it a little bit more detail today. What we got is our little cooker here, and there's a sieve part in that and water boiling in the bottom, and we've got our yabbies inside. We'll have a quick look. That water was boiling rapidly. I've put the yabbies in there, and I reckon we're only going to leave it for probably 4 minutes, maybe 5, just till they start to turn red. And what that'll do, it'll make them a lot easier to peel. You're really going to have a hard time peeling them raw. That's the only reason we're dipping them in the boiling water. So we're just sitting here waiting for our yabbies to cook, and there's a big pig just come out. I don't know whether the camera's going to pick him up. Right about there on the other side. He's probably not going to show on camera, but he is a big pig. He's just looked up, he's heard me talking. If he starts moving, you'll probably see him a bit better. Hey! 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 It's the middle of the day and it's getting hot, so he'd be coming down to have a swim to cool down. But if you had a rifle, you could easily shoot him. There he goes. He's a good pig, don't worry. Our yabbies have been on the boil probably a little bit longer than what they should have. They're sort of partially cooked now. What I'm going to do, I'm going to sit them in some cool water. I reckon I'll just go and sit them in the water over here. Take the heat out of them so I can peel them. I'll show you what I'm going to do just with one of them, so I'm not boring you the whole video sitting here peeling bloody yabbies. We basically remove the tail, twist, remove the tail. We may keep some of them claws. There's some there that are borderline big enough. And all we're doing is cracking the shell, peeling it off, pulling the meat out. You'll find that poo sack there, just pull it back. Just like that. I've got some clean water here. Give it a bit of a rinse off and that's it. Just do that with all your yabbies. And as soon as I pulled that cooker out earlier, that wind really started to blow up as usual. You can nearly bet on it. We've got our yabbies peeled. We've got a hot cast iron skillet. And what I've put in there is just a little bit of butter and a little bit of garlic for now. We're going to have some more later. Put our yabbie tails on. You can hear that sizzle, that's what you want. You want it really hot. Bit all purpose. And what I'm doing, I'm just cooking them this way. This is probably, you've seen it probably 10 times. This is the way that I like them. Because we've got Steve here, the caretaker, and he's going to be our guinea pig. He said he hasn't eaten yabbies for years. How long? Years? Probably 10 years. And he would definitely have never tasted it this way. How do you normally eat them? Just boiled? Boiled, yeah. Just straight up boiled? Yep. So we're going to give him a go the way I do it and see what he reckons. He'd probably say they taste like crap. Anyway, I reckon you'll probably like them. If you don't, you can say it. So I put a little bit of this garlic butter in before we started, I want to just add a little bit more now, and then the rest when they're just about done, so it doesn't all burn away.
Can smell it.
Yeah, you can see it steaming up here, look. And that'd be getting all the flavour into it. Roasting that seasoning, getting a bit of char on there. Our yabbies are done. You can tell they're done the way they curl up in a little ball like that. They probably, you know what I'm like, I overcook the crap out of everything. Probably could have let them go for a few more minutes, but they're well and truly done. Our garlic butter that we had left over, I've taken it off the heat. That cast iron holds a lot of heat in, and I've just put it down in the corner here, let it melt away and sizzle away and cook that garlic a little bit, and we can use that for a sauce.
I got one. Restaurant.
Restaurant grade.
Come and get one, you got to be the taste tester. Don't go gorging it straight into you.
No.
Got to get you on film.
Cheers.
So we've got Steve here. He's the caretaker here, so later on when they open it up to the public, you'll probably be here. You're going to hang around for a while.
Yep.
Here. So Steve will probably be the man you got to see for whatever you need. We'll give him a crack. It's probably going to be hot, Steve, so just don't burn yourself.
Smells very good.
It's hot.
It wouldn't be cold. Garlicky. Not too bad. Just need about another 100 of them.
Very, very good.
Nice with a bit of steak, eh?
Oh yeah.
One more.
Bit better than the old traditional boiled yabby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be living on them now.
Yeah, I'll give him the idea. He'll come back here and he'll have all the yabbies caught.
Yeah, there's none left.
Yeah, he won't do that. It's such a big dam. There'll be heaps in here.
Have some more.
Yeah, get them in here. We got plenty there. We eat them all the time.
Yeah.
So we're going to leave this video here. We've had a good time. It's a bloody nice place, and we'll definitely come back. I reckon when we come back, we'll bring the boat. I just wasn't too sure this time whether we'd get the boat in here, but we definitely will. And we'll go over to the inlet. I reckon that's where we're going to get them. Anyway, catch you on the next one.
See ya.
See ya.